What the? Huh. Let's put a new taunt. Yeah, I like that short, not committed peek because he wasn't really at risk there, and if he had happened to juggle a scout or something, maybe he could have generated a pick. So Uber's pretty close if the blue medic keeps building, but was disconnected for a bit there. So if red goes right on this, now just pausing for a sec, I like the habit of just going right on when you get Uber, just in case this kind of thing happens on the other team where they have some miscoordination and the other medic doesn't build for a bit, because just assuming that they're playing perfectly all the time is not a great assumption, because even the best teams make these mistakes, and if red was walking in the door right now and popping in on their combo, they could potentially get the medic off this little exchange. Now, I'm not sure if it'll happen, but I guess I'm supposed to be talking about blue here, and the lesson for them is just don't get your medic disconnected. But they're not punished for it here because the other team waits 10 seconds before they push. Starts a back cap with what I assume is the spy, which doesn't deter the other team from pushing all their heavies through the same door. Now this is an excellent Uber coming out from red, because Blue's Uber is very good. Blue's Uber is very good because there are, for some reason, all the heavy classes from red using the same door. So even though they had a slightly earlier pop, they have absolutely perfect positioning with just the one soldier in on this. They're already flanking for the back caps. This is a doomed effort, especially since this is not a scout here to defend it, but it is a sniper, so he dies. And back to the Uber fight. Oh, I went the wrong way. Holy smokes. Alright, so the combo from blue should just be pushing up as fast as possible if I could find them. Taking their time around too. Now, I don't know if I really like that, but it looks like... yeah. I would have been faster moving up after they had already got the cap. If there was somebody behind them, they could make them chase them as they moved up towards the doors. And they could have potentially pinched that combo. It looks like the combo died anyways, but I would have liked to give some support to the flank there, because even a weakened combo coming back still has health advantage on a flank, and could have done something. As it turns out, they didn't, but you know, whatever. It's all cool. So enemy demo is down, which is perhaps enough to start pushing, but their health isn't that great, so apparently going to send the demo to solo drop down. Now, I harped on this a lot in a different demo, but I don't like sending your demo on flank because it doesn't make sense. Like, a scout can just rush you and you die. If you're going to send somebody up there, why not send a soldier? He's guaranteed to win in those small passages. Whatever. So pop through the door, which I don't like because there's no clear call. They could at least peek that first and checked if there was stickies, checked if there was a sniper. There was neither, so they could have saved that Uber bit. And this push is likely going to fail. Just looking at their health at this point, the other team is going to have Uber, so it's a good chance of recap for red, because they're going to have the Uber to sweep through the second point, and they're likely going to frag the blue combo here because they're committing in to try to kill this heavy who only had the pocket soldier attacking him, so he is not going to go anywhere. And let me just pause. Jesus, heavy isn't so bad. Okay, I really dislike that move there, because even if the position leading up to it, well, that was probably the bigger problem. The position leading up to it, like, totally committing to this one push, winning the game for them right here. It's not a necessary action unless you're down like one cap with 30 seconds left to go in the game. There's never any good reason to commit your medic that far to the point when you can, you know, take a look from a bit further back, still being able to flash Uber onto people 550 units away from you, and then you ditch when it's not looking good, because, you know, if they had a medic demo up, even if everybody else had died because of that bad push like they did, if they had that medic demo up still, they could at least get significant damage on the team as they moved into 2. Maybe get the force, unlikely, but maybe open it up so that they could get a force with a jumping soldier or something if the other team was still lit. But now, their medic is dead. The other team should easily be able to just sweep into the second point here. Their demo has no support. I don't even know where he is. Hiding with a sticky trap apparently. Somewhere. But what? Whoa. Okay. So he was in drop down and the medic ran at him alone and died. So apparently that demo was in drop down the entire time, so just throwing a curveball in at you, flanking demo, doing some work. But he's gonna die because he has 60 life. And it's called he has 60 life because 2 people died to him. So there was no reason for Red to let that demo live. But they did, so now they are at a big disadvantage.
Give me a sandwich.
So, 2 down. Demo's still down. Another pick. This is a time to go even before the Uber. And they go on it. I like this play. Medic should just be hanging back, buffing people as much as possible, and then commit because you have won. Almost. Well, you almost died to the heavy, but nice way to finish off the round there. Well played. Well played indeed. A good round. Whew. That was a long one. It's kind of what happens when it's wipes pushing on last a lot. Is the round just seesaws back and forth, and on this map it takes a long time for people to move across too. So whether or not it was intentional coming out from that red team, the WM1 scout made them all cluster up into a bunch of demo pipes, so that won mid for them. Even though the scout did nothing, blue reacted poorly to that, and they clumped up. You never want to clump up on any push, ever, as long as the enemy demo is alive, because he will do this to you. You are getting ripped apart. Flanking scout, the name of the game for the blue team apparently, does a lot of work, but now... Okay, I was going to say that the position was really nice for red there, and they had a guaranteed cap, but then scout W most one to soldier. I don't know why. He just did it. He just felt that it would be a good choice at the time. It was not a good choice at that time because they basically said, okay, we have high ground, we have position on the point. If a soldier jumps at us, our scout can hit scan him. If he spams for long range, our soldier has height, so he can hit rockets down at him. No problem, we win. And then they said, you know, we don't like that situation that much. Let's run into separate 1v1s, which was a tie and a loss. So now, rather than having 3x on this point and having already capped it, they are losing. And no scout clean up for red causes them to lose their sniper, and apparently the demos have some kind of pack going or going to retard, so I'm just going to assume at this point that we have degraded into silly mode, and the kind of things that are going on here would kind of support that, with the just like running at people for frags. I almost wouldn't be surprised for the scout to just like beeline the demo, but looks like he's, you know, actually going to cap the point this time. Guess it was a red scout that did it last time, but you know. Sniper going for a scout pick that, I'll just point out quickly, even if he got that shot, the best he would get out of it would be a frag video as another scout headshot, because it's a meaningless pick right now because his team can't push anyways, so he just extended himself. Now he's going to die to the fish. How embarrassing. Basically, with no team support, trying for a pick on somebody who didn't matter at the time. Now, contrary to what I just said, the demo comes in and kills both scouts, and Targe scripts his way in here. Oh my goodness, I don't even know what's going on anymore. So now blue, terrible health on the soldiers, not a place they want to be. Mid is not for them. They have way worse health, way worse numbers, spawns is coming, need to get back. If they're going to make a play for mid, it's going to be off the buffs of their spawns, not off of the position that their comms can hold. So smart back up here. Although a soldier could have well just jumped away and gotten the other health pack. Now there's DHs, so this is totally just by now. I should just watch matches. We have some, it looks like some gloves jumping coming out from this heavy here, so legal items and everything. But they're put into the same situation. They kind of tried to make a play for mid. This is a bit better because they have Uber at least, or will shortly. But let off a few players, so now they need to reestablish. And doesn't. Oh, they are fast enough. I didn't see the med was there. So they managed to Uber back in and save the point, but the other medic is nowhere to be found, and now things are just going to fall apart for them because the other team has Uber. And that would have been a lot better of an Uber if that medic had realized his soldier was right behind him. But, you know, shit happens. So. Oh, jeez. These guys gotta play a couple more pubs and then they'll be able to spy this. So, I think we're just gonna wind down here. So maybe I'll just start thinking about what to say to sum this up. Before we got into weird unlocks, weird classes, whateverness of this scrim, I'd say that the main thing Blue would improve on is, well, maybe it's ringers or something, but the demo rollout is wrong. You should be using bottom left because, oh, time got increased. Well, you know what, I don't even want to continue watching this because we've got direct hits, we've got spies, we've got sniper the entire time, so this is like just playing random. So I'm gonna call it a wrap here and just continue talking about how to sum it up because it's too hard to talk about it and real like push mechanics from having everybody playing optimally, playing classes trying to win. It's not there. So, demo rollout non-optimal on mid, so their soldiers weren't coming in with the best health. I think perhaps that was leading them to be more clustered up like they were that one time that Scout ran into them and punished them. So, there's that for one problem. Kind of just bleeding players was a big problem throughout. How they would just always try to make something happen with the players they had up rather than playing defensively to make up for the fact that they were only 3 up. Like, it didn't seem to matter whether they had everybody or whether they had, you know, just demo and scouts. The scouts would be doing the same kind of thing, the demo would be doing the same kind of thing regardless of how many people were up on his team. And that let them lose more points than they should have, or not put up a fight that they should have been able to put up because they're playing unbuffed against buffed players in positions that are just flat out overextensions when the other team has a number advantage like they often had. Things like having the demo up in a window room, for example, while the combo's back on their side of mid. It's like, what's the point? Even if that demo kills somebody there, the combo's not close enough to capitalize on it before he spawns, so there's no purpose in going for a pick there. It's just like a useless risk, and you can get punished on stuff like that. Then for the medic, taking charge and taking your life into your own control and not overcommitting on pushes is a good play, especially when it's a hard to push last like this. You don't need to think in a like this push succeeds or fails kinds of way. You can have a partly successful push where you open up things so that you have a chance at capping the point, and if you get a whole bunch of frags, you get the demo down, you get the heavy down, you have the Uber out, then sure, you can commit in and go for the cap, but it's so important that you live if you don't get those nice circumstances that you're in a position you can get out of the point if you need to. And then you just beeline, run away. That brings me back to the first mid where things went south for them really fast because of the health of their demo and scouts, which should have been called as we're lit up, we're all lit up, blah blah blah. But then they just went in and danced back and forth. It was like they were gonna see this mid-fight to 6 down, 6 up, who cares? And it's perfectly acceptable to say, okay, this push is done, let's think about the next one, rather than throwing everything on the line just to cap the 1 point, even if the odds are stacked against you. You don't need to do that. So, some things to think about, some things to work on perhaps. So I think I'll call it here for this one, and catch you guys next time. Sorry for all the technical difficulties with my frames dropping in the middle there. Don't know what that was about. So, until I see you on the next one, take it easy. This is Sigma. And that's not my stop button.